Now, each and every week on Tuesday, many of you already know that we get to see the NEV insurance registrations from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. And as seen on the screen, from the period which started last week, Monday until Saturday, Nio saw total NEV insurance registrations of around 4,400. Now, at least this is much better than the NEV insurance registrations we got to receive or we got to see coming from Nio last week of 3,500. This now therefore means that from the 1st until the 22nd of October, Nio has, of course, total NEV insurance registrations of around 9,500. Now, this means that with only this week left, we can obviously estimate that Nio probably, for the kind of deliveries that we are to expect for October, chances are very high that they might come pretty close or around the same deliveries we saw them delivering for the month of September, and that is the total deliveries of around 15,600. So those are the kind of the deliveries we are to expect Nio to deliver this month, which I personally think that had it not been, of course, that holiday or the holiday that of course started in China from the 29th to the 6th of October, probably would be seeing Nio delivering vehicles of almost or around 20,000. Now, because of the holiday, chances are that now we are going to see, of course, Nio delivering 15,000 vehicles. Now, these 15,000, again, I still think that it's not that bad, especially like I said, because we knew that there was a week of the holiday. But one thing that is to be noted, I'm not, of course, saying that Nio should be delivering these low delivery numbers, especially that now in Q4 we've been expecting deliveries to sort of like increase or grow, but I think it is still not a train smash. I think what is very important for Nio, I think, is to make sure that they deliver, of course, much better the deliveries than the kind of deliveries we saw them delivering in Q3, which, as I've been saying, it is very possible that in Q4, of course, we see Nio doing that, because what we've been saying in the history of deliveries, when we look into Nio together with other EV makers or car makers as a whole, we tend to see that the demand in Q4 tend to be so high in a way that vehicles or car companies like Nio, they deliver more vehicles in Q4. I mean, you will remember that in Q4 of 2022, Nio saw total deliveries or record-breaking total quarterly deliveries of over 40,000, which was something that was amazing. And to know that right now their quarterly deliveries, in terms of looking at the record, it's around or over 55,000. It therefore means that chances are very high that this quarter we might see Nio, of course, delivering over 60,000 deliveries, which I think it will still be good, because, ladies and gents, if we are to compare, of course, the deliveries or this over 60,000 deliveries that we could get from Nio against the 40,000, it is still pretty good, of course, growth, which is something that, though I know we might not get to the 200,000 vehicles that Nio was planning, there is no doubt that one can, of course, say that there is no growth on Nio. Nio is a company that is growing, and I still think that the growth will continue even going to the years as they unfold. So this 4,400, ladies and gents, it is not a train smash. I think it's not that bad. I think yeah, we can expect probably this last week to be even much better, which will be so amazing. Otherwise, before I forget, the house rules, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I will appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about Nio's third week NEV insurance registrations, which we saw coming, of course, today. I know that Xpeng today, after a long time, they saw total NEV insurance registration for last week surpassing Nio, which is something that I think it is to be noted, as Xpeng was that EV maker that has not been surpassing Nio in terms of this NEV insurance registration, which, to know that this week we saw Xpeng surpassing Nio, and this is something that is to be, of course, noted. But one thing about Xpeng when you compare to Nio is that, number one, Xpeng, they are not selling premium EV cars, and Xpeng, or for Xpeng to generate the kind of revenue that Nio generates with one car, they have to sell around 2 cars. So in terms of revenue, though Xpeng can deliver a bit more than Nio, but with revenue wise, Xpeng would have to sell double the number that Nio sells for them to get to the kind of revenues that Nio generates. So I know that obviously things will get better for Nio, and companies like XPeng will really feel the heat, especially in the second half of 2024 when Nio starts selling even much cheaper cars, and I'm talking about start selling their sub brands. So until that time, I think, yeah, chances are some of the times we'll see, of course, XPeng selling large quantities when comparing to Nio, but of course that would not mean that revenue wise they will be reporting much better or bigger revenues than the kind of revenues that Nio generates per quarter. So otherwise, it's all that, guys. I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Nio, it's one of the stocks that I talk a lot about on this channel, and I believe in their future prospects, their fundamentals, and those that persevere throughout these headwinds in terms of the share price. And I personally believe that they will be rewarded in the longer term. Nio remains to be that stock that a lot of retail investors, though, talk a lot about when you talk of Chinese EV makers. I know some might be saying this stock does not have a great future ahead, but one thing for sure is that blue sky will come. That's my point of view, and I think, of course, those that persevere will be rewarded. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.